Okay, one moment. So I'm assuming we're just gonna leave poor old Alastor passed out by the bar.
Somehow forgotten.
Somehow forgotten.
Wouldn't Zevra take him with him?
I mean, if you, yeah, actually, Zevra probably would grab hold of him by the.
Since they know each other, I don't know.
No, you are very correct.
Most likely chain him up and drag him with him.
Okay, so you find yourself on the second floor of the Adventurers Guild.
How do we know which room is?
And as you...
Oh, wait, I was the first to go anyway, so... Whee!
Yeah. Whee! As
so
you make
funny
your way
when you
out...
see a character go like...
Dun, 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 dun.
Run.
So as you make your way towards the end of the thing, you see kind of Solara leaned up against a wall, one leg kind of kicked back, kind of just her spear resting lazily against her, with her companion Lycus just kind of standing there, being quite muscular, taking up most of the room, and she kind of looks at you and gestures and is like, huh, took you long enough.
So?
The prisoner. He's safe. For now. Lycus pops up and says, "We've locked him in a room for now. We're going to let him stew for a little while, and then try and see if we can get some more information out of him. Do you want to be present?"
Yeah, sure. When are you gonna do? Are you gonna do this right now or?
I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I would like to crash into my own bed tonight.
Yeah, honestly, we've all been we're all kind of tired, and I think we can just take care of everything tomorrow. Especially if our prisoner isn't gonna want to run away, which I don't know from our experience earlier tonight. I don't think he wants to.
He's locked in a room with 2 guards on either side. I don't imagine he's going anywhere.
Well, in that case, we can just go to bed. Why were we supposed to meet you here then?
You were supposed to meet us here this afternoon before you...
Before we ran away, yeah.
Yeah. We wanted to...
Fair point.
She kind of gets a little... Solara gets a little closer to you and kind of whispers under her breath. We were going to discuss about the meeting results. About certain guilds.
And?
She looks around to all of the doors and is like, perhaps a conversation for in private.
No?
Tomorrow.
Okay, because I really want my bed.
Same. It's been a long journey. We've only come up from a second lair after all. She points to a room in this direction. I think that one's free.
Oh man, I closed the door. But Because my own token was on it.
Only one room, eh?
Oh yeah.
Should we move the other two's tokens there?
I'm doing it.
Okay, cool.
Don't worry.
Thanks.
So Lara tells you that she'll be just sleeping in the room below yours. But she should meet you in the early hours of the morning.
Right.
The puppy bounds into the room and kind of tries its hardest to jump up onto this bed, like two paws, just scraping the edge of a mattress, trying to heave itself onto the bed. It's kind of like bouncing and bouncing, but can't
Go
quite.
and just toss it up.
Comfy! 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 So it like does like little circles running around and like kind of scrabbling at the bed and jumping up and down. Soft! This is soft! And Kage is just kind of just looks at the puppy and growls like spoiled already. Spoiled.
Lucas calling the kettle black. All I say is as I flop over to the other side looking at the wall as I try and fall asleep.
Now the question is, would Kage try to sleep on your bed or would he sleep on the floor?
That's entirely up to him. He decides however he sleeps every now and then.
Fair enough. I imagine, seeing that there's a spare bed, I imagine, unfortunately for Rubedo, Kage is going to come up and, like... Actually, what I imagine happens is that as Zevra tries to put Alastor down into the bed next to Elise, Kage kind of comes bounding up, looks at Alastor, gives him a low kind of growl, and just kind of mine!
At that point, I want to say, come.
Scritching safe. Scritching safe. And Kage is going to like sleep on the bed next to Elise. It's just kind of like flops onto his back and is just demanding pets from the scritching slave.
I push my bed to his. I go, scratchies. And I fall asleep, scratching. Okay.
I think every time you stop, you just get a smack in the face with
With a
like
paw.
a giant paw being like, "Don't stop, scratches,
But
Scratchy.
sleep.
scratches, scratching slave." So I'm assuming you guys kind of head to bed and rest for the night.
Yes.
Perfect. So I imagine most of you managed to pass the night quite peacefully. Apart from Rubedo, actually, you would notice that as you're sleeping next to Alastor, you notice him tossing and turning quite a lot in his sleep. Maybe even like kicking an arm or a leg out and then waking up with a start and then kind of falling back to sleep. It seems like he's had a very rough night.
If he gets an arm or a leg on my side, I just kick it off.
Wow.
In my stupor and tiredness.
Poor Alastor. Who would be the first one to get up, do you think? Probably Elise, or would Shrike kind of compete with?
I don't know.
I think I'm an early bird with strike, so most likely either me or Elise.
Yeah, Elise is also an early bird.
Okay. So you two are both up early. Roberto, do you wake up early or do you sleep in a little bit? You're
Roberto is
scared
used to
sleeping
sleeping.
Of course.
He only wakes up early if he falls asleep. So if he fall asleep early.
I imagine like I have a paw on my face when I wake up.
What I'm imagining is you have this huge, massive wolf head, just like sleep growling and just like panting heavily, right on your face.
Oh, I can live with it. Beautiful. Yes.
Moist dog breath. Enjoy. Moist wolf
Yes.
breath, even. So, Shrike, Liz, what do you do?
Well, first thing I do is I go up and I take the not so pointy end of my spear to poke at Kage to wake him up.
I cuddle Kage and give him some more scratches.
Ah, scratching safe. Shrike, why can't you pet me like she does?
'Cause I can understand you.
Just kind of
After a minute, I stop. I get up.
Well, come on down, Kage. And I poke at the runt as well to just like snap my fingers at him. Like, come on, let's go down.
I just walk past him and go downstairs. Pew. Pew.
I think Kage kind of with a grumble follows you and starts muttering under his breath about there better be deer for breakfast.
Wait, is it this one?
Yes, it is.
Oh, okay. A little bit confused. Which?
I know. It is
That.
a confusing place.
It is.
Oh, that's not what I meant to do. So you find yourself back downstairs. Whee. With Brenton kind of looks like he's frying up some sort of bread soaked in lard, and there's also you remember Katerina is adjusting the wanted posters on the board, taking a few pins down, putting a few news ones up, putting a couple more looks like what potential quests up on the board. As she turns around and looks to you and kind of wishes you, "Oh, good morning. Early
Morning.
risers, I see."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah. And she looks back to both of you and herself and kind of chuckles under her breath. Must be an elven thing. And kind of comes up to you, Shrek, and is like, "I don't believe we've met, have we?"
No, we haven't. I'm here to hopefully register as an adventurer.
Ah, new adventurers! We always do love to see those. Yes, of course. Would you like to do that now, or are you perhaps going to have something to eat first? Brenton does make a mean pot of coffee.
I can do it right away so we can get it over with.
Yes, sure, of course. If you'll just follow me over to my office, that'd be much appreciated. And she looks back at Brenton and is like, Brenton, once you're done with the coffee and frying up breakfast, would you mind, I'm going to need to recruit your talent shed again. And Brenton just kind of looks over with a smile and a bit of a chuckle as he kind of starts putting away what he does.
I stop here by the at the entry of the hallway, like Kage, stay with Alice. And I continue on.
Fine. Like scratching safe better. And yeah, Katarina draws you into a little waiting room. Pops into her office to go get some paperwork. Brings it out to you and kind of just like pops it next to you with a quill and a pot of ink, and is just it's all really standard stuff, really. It's just we just kind of need your basic information, name and such. And then we'll get Brenton to draw a picture of you in case you ever go missing. We do recommend, if you can, we'd very much like you to keep in contact with the people in the outpost in the first layer and any other adventurers you may see in the second, just to let us know, because otherwise we're going to have to stick your poster on the board, and no one likes doing that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, do you have any questions, or do you just want to go get them?
I'll take it as I come along.
Yeah, sure.
I sit down and start filling in the papers for her.
Okay. Katarina's just gonna kind of like take a seat across the table while you do. So, Elise, while Shrike is filling in paperwork, what do you do?
Why is it when I type I get test player?
Oh, I think you might be on. You might be highlighted on the test player icon. You might have to click on your own.
Ah, okay, yeah. Okay, cool. Wow. You know that. I'm gonna wait for breakfast or
Okay.
order breakfast, or I don't know how it works.
Calgate just quite happily accepts the scriptures. I think you can get used to this.
Me too.
So, are you going to try and like order breakfast off Brenton, or?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Brenton kind of smiles at you and kind of asks you, "What can I do for you?" I can put it on, but then I'll have to go help Katarina. She's not exactly an artist.
What do you have for breakfast?
I mean, we're not super well stocked out. If you wanted something heartier, you might have to go to one of the taverns or such. I can offer you a mean pot of coffee, and I quite like this. I take stale bread and fry it up. We've also got like porridge and meat and bread and eggs and such. Hi, knickknacks.
Hey.
Yeah, it's here.
Finally. Sorry about that.
Okay.
Just some bread with some meat and eggs is okay, thank you. Or perhaps some cheese if you have that.
Yeah, sure.
I know it's like some of you mean pot coffee.
Yeah, it's good stuff. That'll be 1 coin.
And I pay him.
Cool.
That is one of in my inventory.
1 hearty meal for you. Okay. So, I'm gonna move the scene back upstairs. Well, little recap for knickknacks. After you guys all got to the Adventurers Guild very late, you met with Solera and Lycus, who said that they'll deal with the prisoner in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And Zevra kind of helped drag you up the stairs pretty much as you spent the night in here. However, Alastor, you didn't manage to have a very sound night's sleep.
Of course not.
So what happened for you, unfortunately, was that every time you would try and sleep, you would see flashes of blades, flashes of lightning, voices echoing in your head of Bishop and Father. You'd feel echoes of a searing pain down your left side. And unfortunately, a few times in the middle of the night, I think you would kind of kick out of an arm or a leg, only for Rubedo to grumpily push you back. After a not very well night's sleep, it's now kind of late morning when I imagine you finally wake up. Rubedo, are you finally waking up now, or are you gonna sleep in a little bit more?
Rubedo sleeps in like 3 hours after everyone else wakes up. If no one wakes him up, he's going to sleep all day.
Fair enough.
And also, I was thinking about this. Yes, Rubedo did undress, but it did it under covers. He can't sleep in his clothes. It's so uncomfortable. But he doesn't want anyone to look, so he does it under the covers.
So I imagine Rubedo is like in some sort of like silky nightshirt or something.
Yeah, he totally has his pajamas.
He has his pajamas on.
Yeah.
Okay. Alastor, you find yourself awake in an unfamiliar bed, but you're surrounded by Zevra and Rubedo after a few night terrors. What's going on in your mind?
Pain. Lots of pain.
Pain.
Do I still feel the pain, or like the one happening in the nightmares, or?
I think when you first wake up, you wake up with like short, gasping breaths. You know, like when you just woken up from a nightmare and you kind of almost have to like swallow down your fear. It takes a little moment for you to kind of catch your breath, calm yourself.
Realizing it's a dream.
And as your breath starts to become more even, more rhythmic, the searing pain which you felt down your left side kind of fades, and then almost fades to like a tingle, and then eventually an echo of that. It's almost like you would kind of describe like phantom pain, shall we say, or
fun
like,
times.
or when your arm's gone like numb for a long time. It
Fun fact: I actually have both in real life a lot of times.
So it's hard to describe. The pain seems real, but not quite there at the same time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I would think like hoping that that pain is just something temporary, not the certain thing being activated.
Not the pain coming back. Yeah.
And I would check my surroundings, see if I'm alone or not.
So you find yourself, you've got Rubedo to your right, like blankets like up to his chin, I imagine, snoring.
Red hair everywhere, cause
red hair, like unkempt mane, like static. I imagine a little bit of drool dripping onto the pillow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zevron, on the other hand, is kind of like, I imagine she's curled up on her side in like a fetal position, tightly tucked in. Is like just kind of breathing softly.
In that case, I would probably sit up and just wake up slowly, realizing like, okay, that was just a dream. It's okay.
Kind of
Pull yourself
reassuring
together, Alastor. Yeah.
Okay. And after you manage to pull yourself together, what do you do?
Yes. Head out carefully. Like, seeing how my body is feeling.
Yeah, so you definitely feel sore. You feel very sore, aches and pains, and just like general weakness. However, you're not sure if it's because of the potions Rubedo gave you or something. However, it seems like most of the wounds on your body have actually closed or have begun to form scabs and slowly begin to heal. Although you do feel a kind of, I'm imagining as you're getting dressed, you kind of almost feel like a bit of a scratch, like an itching sensation on your back as the lash marks on your back have started to scab over.
Yeah, I think I would just slowly make my way down.
To the first floor?
Yep.
Okay.
I want a proper meal.
Do you have money? Oh, you actually do.
I have.
Okay. So I'm just going to I'm assuming you make your way back. I'm just going to move your token. As Rubedo is just... Rubedo, as Alastor leaves, what does he hear you mutter in your sleep? Oh my.
I want them like that, bro.
Oh my.
Oh no, step bro!
And I walk away.
I knew exactly how that sounded, and it was, yes, I did that on purpose.
Yes, and I walk away.
But it's all for people's own imaginations. It's your fault if you think it's dirty.
I see.
Busted.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. As you make your way downstairs, you see Elise sat at the table, tucking into quite a hearty breakfast of like bread and eggs and cheese and meats. Next to her is a very, very large black wolf, like almost half Elise's size, who starts growling at you incessantly as soon as you start coming near.
Good morning. Is that thing going to bite me?
Morning? Probably.
Oh. Not what I expected. Goodbye. Can you tell him not to bite me?
Not a good boy. Like, no one else would understand, but like Shrike, you might hear Kage growling at...
Kage, come here. And sit, cause scratchies. Do not attack this man. We need him. He's a friend.
Fine. Cause scratches.
And I keep scratching behind his ear.
Oh yeah, scratches.
You seem to go along with this wolf. That is wolf, right?
I think so.
Carefully comes closer. Stays a
I
distance.
cannot promise you it won't bite your hand off since it's not mine. But it's owner will be back soon. You can talk with him.
Is that the guy that helped save me?
Yes.
Ah, good. I need to thank him as well. But yeah, I want some breakfast first.
So yeah, Brinton kind of welcomes you, offers you a hot meal and some of his famous coffee. If you take
Yes,
up
please.
yeah.
Yes, I haven't had a decent meal in like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Boy, you should really learn how to hunt in the abyss. Like, that's a basic adventuring skill. Maybe we can get Katarina to teach you how to like catch game or wild boar or something. I mean, that's not right.
Yes, but might not be a bad idea actually. But yes, I'll have like one of your. I don't know. What do you recommend? As long as it's not just. No, go ahead.
He looks you up and down and is kind of like, yeah, that's gonna be. For you 2 coins.
Here you go.
He kind of takes it and you just see him like just pull out an entire drawer, like a box, just like filled with like smoked cheeses and meats. As he starts like whipping up a coffee and it's just like, yeah, we need to get some weight back on you, boy. You're not exactly in fighting shape.
I just start munching everything.
So he just like piles your plate high with like breads and cheeses and meats, and unfortunately for you, Alastor, a nice big sausage right in the middle of the plate. Hi, Dom.
Hi, Dom.
Yeah.
Hello. Welcome.
Fellowship complete.
I'm late.
It's okay.
We haven't done much yet.
It's not like I was late either.
It's not an hour late, so don't worry.
I'm very confused.
I was late as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Dom, what you missed was after a fight with the cult, you guys went back to the adventuring guild. Went to the 2nd level because that's where Solara and Lycus told you to meet them. Met with them, decided that it would be better to talk to you all in secret about the meeting details, and that the cultist was locked up so he couldn't escape. So recommended that you all had a good night's sleep. You kind of almost like begrudgingly dragged Alastor up the stairs to the bedroom because he was like so weak and frail. Probably also not wanting to lose him again. However, the early birds in excuse me, the early birds in the party. Thank you. Early birds in the party have woken up and have already gone downstairs to have breakfast. Alastor had a very rough night with nightmares, and as you awaken, you find yourself staring at a very interesting sight. You see, at first, what you think is just a giant ball of hair. But upon closer inspection, it is not a pink lion. It is actually, in fact, a rubedo, who is kind of lying on bed, starfish style, with like this wild mane of red hair, kind of like almost like falling off a bed, mumbling in his sleep, drool dripping out of his mouth. And unfortunately, Alastor is nowhere to be seen.
Again.
Again.
What? Ugh. Get out here. That isn't her own.
Okay, so what's going through your mind at the moment?
What the actual fuck just happened last night?
Yeah, that's a reasonable response.
That's what she actually says out loud as she gets up out of the bed.
Roberto, do you wake up or you continue snoring?
So what I think is happening is start talking something like, "No, Alice, no, those pancakes are ah!" And he wakes up and he looks at Severa and he just goes back to sleep. Like just flops his head down again. Just like covers himself in the everything. He's
Steals
like,
a blanket from the bed next to it, like.
okay, not yet. No, not yet. I'm not ready.
You know what happened yesterday at all? Roberto?
Sure. Alastor got kidnapped. We saved him. And then there's Father and Bishop and everything with the cult. And
That's okay,
I
you
don't
sleep.
know.
You
What time
sleep.
is it? Okay, I'll just sleep until tomorrow.
Okay, you sleep.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Okay, Deborah just walks out the door, kind of upset that nobody told her that Alastor was freaking kidnapped.
Yeah.
Roberto, you sleep, internal people.
To be fair, you weren't there and you were asleep, so I think we should have told you, but I think because you weren't here, we haven't really thought about it. I don't know.
Well, because
kinda
what happened
forgot.
was in the last session is they sent you away to go get Solara for help, and you didn't know what the fuck you were getting help for. You were just like, yeah, sure, I can go get help at this warehouse. And then they sent you off and then came back.
The thing is, we didn't even know he was kidnapped either.
No.
We actually found out, like,
It's
that
okay,
then,
I didn't
right
know either.
then. And like now we kind of realize. We kind of realized, like, yesterday night in this session that, like, yeah, okay, like, Alastor was fucking kidnapped, essentially. so we know as much as you do, technically, about this whole thing. That was just, like, Roberto, like, realized, yeah, he got fucking kidnapped for some reason or another. I don't know. I don't know anything.
No, I don't want to join your cult. Oh, I'm being kidnapped. Oh, sorry.
I don't want to join your guild cult. Guild.
So, Zephyr, do you wander around the second
Specifically
floor?
looking for Alastor.
Okay. Okay, please go on your way. You go just randomly start opening doors because that's gonna make me laugh.
I can't see my character.
You're sorry, my bad. There you go.
Wrong map.
Wrong map, maybe it. I'm sorry.
Cool. So I'm just marking all of the millions of channels as red because I've been away for over a week. This door is locked.
Red door is locked.
This door is locked.
You feel, yeah. That
They're
one
all
is
locked.
what-
This door is locked. This door is locked.
Just
No,
means they
this
don't have a map for
door
this.
This door is not locked.
This door is open. You just hear like shouting, like, "Oi! Sleeping in here. Get your own room."
Seen someone named Alastor?
Who the fuck is Alastor?
Okay, perfect. Bye. Okay, this room. Guess no one's there. This room's not locked. Guess no one's there. This room's not locked. Knock knock. Is there an Alastor in here?
You see three gentlemen like kind of just sat on the bed talking, like strapping on their armor and such, and they're like, one of them kind of looks at you with this like really cocky smirk on the face and is like, "See you, I can be Alastor."
Bottle's down the road. Bye.
And one of them, like, you hear like giggling and like kind of laughter in the distance, like, "Dude, you really think she was gonna fall for that?"
I'm out. Looking in the next room. Is there an Alastor in here?
No.
Sorry. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Anyone in here named Alastor? No one's here.
Random bed, which is actually a mimic. You're like, "Me, I'm Alastor." So
No.
I can tell.
Oh, no.
I can tell.
Oh no.
You spin me.
I can tell you right now that Alastor, after searching all of the space available, you do not find him on the second floor.
Okay.
Do you make your way downstairs?
I gotta search every room.
Okay. While you're searching every room, gonna go back to Shrike, who I imagine you filled in most of your paperwork by now. Katarina probably just looking over your shoulder, maybe pointing out like the occasional like, just and this one right here. Just got that one as well.
Up in the background. Anybody here named Alastor?
And then after a few more minutes, Brinton has kind of come into the room, sketched you after laying Alastor's plate up with pretty much most of the food he had on hand. Comes over to you, sketches, and then kind of after he's done, hands a portrait to Katarina, and then goes back to bar duty. Katarina looks at you and is like, yeah, that should be everything now.
Okay.
Welcome to the Adventurers Guild. And she holds out her hand to shake it.
Yeah, yes, thank you. And I grab her hand firmly and shakes it.
Glad to have you on board. If you need any information, feel free to ask. The Research Center is a good place to go for information. They have most information on the Research Center. And there obviously are other independent little, wouldn't really call them guilds, but little organizations. There's a few people who choose to specialize in various things, such as alchemy or being a botanist. You know, if you find you have a calling in the abyss, you're more than welcome to come back up to Ventura, and we can see how we can fuel your passion.
I think I have that sorted already, seeing as I'm quite used to tracking animals, people, stuff.
I can see. And she is the puppy with you, or is the puppy with Kage?
The puppy's with me.
Puppy's with you. And she kind of like takes a second glance back at the puppy and is like, I can see that, although I don't think I've ever seen that type. I swear that was from the abyss. And she kind of like mutters to herself, like going back to her office to go further paperwork.
Right, I'm heading out for breakfast. I say to her as she enters the office.
Like Katerina kind of looks back and she was like, "Don't forget the coffee," and goes to her desk.
Don't forget the what?
The coffee.
Oh. I just
you
shake
like
my
coffee.
head towards her and as the break goes out.
Poppy follows you very happily, with little waddly legs. So as you get back to the canteen kind of area, you see Kage getting scratches from Elise and Alastor literally stuffing as much food into his face as he can manage. As Brinton just kind of keeps just like every time you like take a giant stab, Brinton just kind of looks at you like he's like never seen a man who has never eaten before and just kind of just keeps just carefully just like adding more cheese onto the plate. Just like every time you've got it, just kind of like here. It just kind of keeps the plate full.
I keep eating even if I'm getting sick of it.
So, Shrek, what do you do?
I walk over to the side of Alastor and motions to Brinston, or whatever his name was.
Ah, yes, how can I help?
I'd like a breakfast.
Yes, of course. Anything in particular you fancy?
Something with meat, I guess, because these two, and I point to Kage and the little one. Gonna have to have something for them as well.
Meat! Like little puppies like pouring up, trying to jump up the counter. Please!
I look down at the puppy and like,
Beg!
sit down, behave, you'll get meat. Then I turn back to Winston and be like, sorry.
Puppy tries to sit down, but like his tail is wagging too much that he just ends up like wiggling his entire body. And Brisbane kind of looks to you, a puppy, and Kage, and is like, I mean, I could give you what the starving man's getting for about 2 coins, but if you want to feed that one, I looks to Kage, it's probably gonna cost you 1 extra.
I sigh and be like, yeah, that's always the bloody case, so 3 coins then.
Pleasure doing business with you.
I would have been
I'm
feeding Kage
sure.
pieces of my meat.
Oh my.
Oh my. Now, for real, so what I imagine is just for flavors, I imagine Brinton goes to get a really big slab of meat and is gonna go put it on the grill and then second guesses himself and is like, he probably wants this raw, right?
I just nod.
Easiest cooking I've ever done. Ew. And you kind of start getting.
I take the
fixing your
large
breakfast
piece
up.
and toss to Kage.
Food! He like kind of like catches it in his mouth, like hunkers down and just starts like eyeing the puppy, just like growling at him, just fine.
Yeah, I give the puppy his own piece, so
Puppy is very nippy and like almost catches your fingers a few times as you're trying to feed him. Kage growling at Alastor, yep. But yeah. Zevra, do you make your way downstairs after checking every single room on the 2nd floor?
Yes.
Okay. There you are.
Not even closing that last bedroom door.
just leaves it open, like. Okay, you found yourself downstairs.
Grumble, grumble.
Grumble, grumble, grumble.
My word, Alastor, you better be down freaking here. But says it rather loudly.
Mm-hmm.
Stomping along. Stomping.
Soon as you get to there, Kage gives you like a death look and starts growling very low as he like starts like ripping apart his large piece of meat. Shrike, you just hear like mine over like between mouthfuls and growls.
Yeah, I just look over my shoulder and be like, looking at Severa, looking at Kage, and looking at Severa again, like, Kage, behave. Then I turn back to my food.
Fine.
I don't want your food.
I pet Kage. I say, it's okay.
I turn around and I'm like, Alastor, damn it!
Huh? I stop eating.
Like literally, like
You know, you don't stop eating, you stop shrugging.
No, I just drop everything suddenly.
his cheeks are literally filled like chipmunks.
Much. Ora?
Please continue.
Basically, this face.
I like stomp loudly and quickly up to him. Thundering feet, blasting with every step.
Oh, you're in fucking trouble.
You were f***ing kidnapped?
Yep.
Brenton's eyes go wide as he looks at Alastor, like, who's been shoveling food into his mouth, and he's just like, okay. I'm gonna go make coffee.
Maybe not so loud here.
What do you mean not so loud?
Unless you want everyone to know.
Now, even from your damn best friend.
Look, it was either me or everyone.
Gotta quickly go do something important on the surface. I'll be right back, he said.
Yep. And I'm here, ta-da!
But you weren't right back.
Yeah, how about that? Apparently, cultists don't like them being watched by, well, thieves like me.
I just swallowed down. Cultists?
See, I told you we wanted to discuss this somewhere more privately.
Someone, you're telling me what the frick is going on?
Let's just say, the night I disappeared, I spotted some people that were up to no good. So I decided to track them.
Oh, really now? Who would have guessed?
Well, they had the mask and everything. Wasn't the first time I encountered those.
Then I frantically look around, seeing if he has scars and such.
You see several, like, so what you see is several, like, I don't know, Alastor, how well clothed are you currently? I imagine you've probably not got a spare set, so your clothes are probably ripped, stained with blood, maybe.
Probably. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I do have a set, but...
Oh, okay. Yeah. Are you in your clean set, or are you in your
normal
draggle?
clothing. I'm in my normal clothing.
Okay, so you're not in your like literal dick blood stained clothes. Okay, good to know. But what I imagine is I imagine you're fairly well covered, but you can see like
Yeah, I'm always wearing my poncho, so.
yeah. So I imagine you see like maybe like a few like cuts like crisscrossed along like his wrist and his hands. It looks like
Everett doesn't care anymore. He's like lifting up his poncho, like examining further up his sleeve.
You also notice like he's got like what looks like a kind of a really purpley kind of bruise around his right eye, and his lip, it looks like it's recently been split open but it's started to heal.
What the night of all things holy and good in this world? No, you had to go and just go on your own.
Well, they could have found us. So what would have happened then if they found us during the night? Then we were all in danger.
We're always in danger.
Yes, but not because of these guys. I know what these guys are up to. Like, I know what they're capable of.
Okay, listen, I don't know why my character is against you. Has someone given you any first aid?
I gulped down some potions. It will heal in time. But that's not the main issue at the moment. I think we have a bigger problem before us.
Not too big that we shouldn't heal before doing anything about it. I start singing a song. The healing thingy of arcane art.
Okay. I mean, you're welcome to roll. Damn. Cool. So what I'd say is, because you're technically actually fully healed, I'd say with like almost okay. So Zivra, please tell me how you would like soothe him. Would you like gently place a hand on his cheek, or would you just kind of like freaking smack him? You're like, you stupid dum-dum. Like,
Wise, you dumbass.
No, I just like put my hand on his forehead, like near his eye, and just start singing and like rubbing around the bruise gently that it goes away.
So I see what you saw. You see, you slowly silver kind of a really like nasty purpley kind of almost fade to like that blue kind of coloration, and then to that kind of yellowy brown, and eventually it's faded. And I imagine, Alastor, you blink a few times, kind of getting used to the soreness being gone from around your eye socket.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, at least your face looks pretty now. At least for eye, you can actually see.
Yay.
Yay!
Also, I'm gonna roll 1d4 to see you get forward to your next damage roll.
Okay. In case you would cut someone else's dick off.
Yep, you get 2 forward to your next roll.
Okay, I'll write it down.
Wonderful.
Don't be so dangerous next time.
I'll try.
At least
But like
I'd
I
be
said-
with you.
But like I said, there was no time. I had to keep you safe.
Don't just leave in the middle of the night without saying a damn thing beforehand.
Okay, I guess.
And Zeva just walks away.
Kage mumbles under his breath between growls, something humans.
I just shrug.
Okay. Elise, Shrike, you've just been sipping coffee, watching the drama unfold. What's going through your minds, and do you say anything or act on anything or?
I'm just sitting there like, right, this group is a mess. I'm thinking this.
Elise.
Just silently taking it all and
Tom. There you go. Okay.
I need help.
Okay. So everyone's kind of eating and chowing down breakfast as Evra's going on a hunt outside.
Apparently.
So yeah, you found yourselves into what appears to be a blacksmith.
Yeah, I'm not gonna just looking around, but not really looking around. I don't even care if someone's here.
Okay.
Stupid Alastor.
Stupid Alastor Backer. So, at that moment, you kind of see Salara and Lycus come in through the door. They've both got a gleam on their brow of sweat, and Salara has like a wide smile on her face as she's hefting her spear, and Lycus kind of looks a little disgruntled, but also with a bit of mirth in his eye. As he kind of like chuckles and is like, "Okay, fine, you won that time. I'll get the best of you next time. Mark my words." And as they come up to you, Elise.
huh? Okay.
Salara,
Good morning.
morning. I imagine she like kind of leans down, grabs a piece of like your bread and just kind of
Alright.
wipes it. It's okay.
She can do that. She's allowed to.
So, guess we better discuss the. And she looks around. You know.
Mhm. I know. Mhm. Mhm. Mhm.
Where are all of your companions?
Do I need to get them? It's perhaps easier, right?
Probably a good idea. There's a place upstairs we can speak in private.
Okay. I gather everybody. Hey, why did Kage left me?
Kage went to go sit on a nice rug.
But I'm walking downstairs.
We need a
Upstairs?
group conversation in private upstairs, if possible.
Zevra, are you walking upstairs?
Okay.
Yeah, but not there upstairs. I'm still in the blacksmith shop.
So you're going. You're going up those. Okay. Cool. Perfect.
I'm not being otherwise. I'm not in the shop. So I'm not in the tavern. So I don't know what you guys are doing.
That's
I
fine.
thought you were in the tavern.
You could go upstairs. Does everyone make their way upstairs, or?
I think I would go look for Sephra though.
Okay.
I'm
Going
upstairs
to
in the blacksmith. I'm still going upstairs in the blacksmith.
I go to our upstairs.
Mhm.
Oh, Alastor, are you
Mhm.
gonna go get Zevra?
Trying to.
Okay. I tell him where we're gonna be upstairs, and then I'll just go upstairs. And I say, "Kage, come, scratchies."
I have no idea where the blacksmith is.
I shout after Alastor, do you want me to track her?
Sure. I still shout her name outside.
That works as well, I guess, as I start walking away.
I'm not outside. I'm angry.
As you head outside, Alastor, you notice actually sitting on kind of just like a pile of logs is actually Vivian, who is head back, eyes closed, up to the sky, and you notice that she kind of like waits a few seconds and then exhales a large white puff of smoke and kind of exhales with like a sigh. Zeph, cue voice acting for me. Thank you. Perfect. As she has in one hand, in between finger and forethumb, a rolled up what appears to be a joint of smoke leaf. As she like kind of opens her eyes and looks at you, as she lets out a breath of smoke, and just kind of, Jesus, by the abyss, you look like hell.
Thanks, I've been there.
But I healed
Yeah.
him. I'm not there, but I mean,
Yep.
out of character.
I'm imagining you still look a bit very tired, you know?
And skinny.
And very skinny. She kind of like looks at you questioningly, looks at her joint, and is kind of just like extends like a hand half forward, kind of like eyebrows raised. You want some?
Sure.
I feel like you could use it.
Yeah. After the last 2 weeks, definitely.
Okay. Yeah. I know that feeling. She hands you her already lit joint as she fumbles through her bag and finds another one and kind of strikes a match. Strikes like a piece of flint and lights up the second one and takes a deep breath.
So what's troubling you?
Ugh. One word. Expectations.
Oh?
It's a long story. And she takes like another puff of a joint and exhales to the sky.
I do the same.
Just for flavor, I actually imagine you like blow smoke rings.
probably something like
Probably.
that.
She raises an eyebrow at you and is like, "Okay, I see how it is."
What?
What? It's clearly not your first smoke leaf.
Nope. Not proud of it.
Yeah. Me either.
Hey, as long as it brings us to the end of the days.
Hmm.
I mean, we gotta have something during our day, right?
Yeah. Takes the edge off, you know. I realized what I did there. And
No
that's
comments.
quite funny. So, are you just gonna kind of chat to Viv for a bit while you share a joint?
Sure, but in the meanwhile, keep an eye out for Zevra. Like, I was still tasked to find her.
Zebra, are you wandering up the blacksmith stairs? Are you coming downstairs? Are you going outside?
I'm up there.
Okay, perfect. So wonderful. Don't split the party, guys. Party splits themselves. Perfect. So to
I
our
have
other
one job.
but smoke leaf. So to other members, Solara and Lycus lead you upstairs. Zephyr, you find yourself in a very small room with lots and lots of books. Have fun. As they kind of lead you around the corner towards the end of the hallway.
What's on this table?
On this table, you see a what appears to be a rough drawn map of what looks like the second layer. Pinpointing out some key locations such as the Fey Village and what appears to be some sort of ruin, with a question mark, and a map of what appears to be a river system of clean drinking water.
Cool. I quickly make a note because I'm angry. I angrily make a note about it. Anything else important on the table?
A few like bits and pieces and documents. You see a couple of like requests for materials and provisions from the different associations and such like that. You also see what appears to be a letter, and there's a little symbol on the corner of it, which is the same. You see the same symbol floating around in the research center.
The bad one?
Not a bad symbol. Just this is a symbol of like a book. It's an open book.
Does that letter say anything specific?
The letter is sealed. Do you open the letter?
No.
Okay.
I'm too angry.
You'd rip the letter in half.
Exactly. It's like, it's not my letter. I don't care. I'm
Okay.
angry at Alastor.
Fair enough. Just gonna continue sulking and exploring.
What's at this table?
At this table. Oh, the scroll. That one has got a list of different guilds. You see their names, Seekers of Truth, written there with like a little star next to them. another one called Phantom Thieves with a little star next to them. You also see Wanderlust with a little star, and a name which you would recognize, which is Hell's Gate. And then a few other little scribbles and scrolls. And you see maybe a few little notes, just general stuff about rules and regulations, and almost appears to be meeting notes, with stuff which has been brought up in conversation. One thing does catch your eye though. At the bottom of the page, underlined, says human experimentation. Brought up again in council.
I look further into that and around it.
Sorry, repeat that again? You went a little bit fishbowling?
I just look further around that point, like the point before and after. Does it say any details further?
Oh, of the
experimentation.
You see there, around the notes. So it almost appears to be someone who's like kind of kept track of like the meetings, and the notes, and then someone's kind of actually made their own little kind of notation in the column. So it seems like it wasn't actually like, it hasn't been written down of who said it, but you also see W capital, O lowercase, and then T capital written next to it.
WOWT.
Sorry. Like that. I just froze it spells what. You what, mate? But anyway. Oh, I said that as you. I apologize. I was on your token.
It's okay. I kind of mutter it under my breath anyway.
Okay.
I'm gonna angry stomp away.
Angry stomp away. So I'm just gonna move you. Oh, wait, you're going to check. Ah, you've gone all the way down there. Aha! So, Shrek and Elise. Elise? Vanya?
She's be right back.
Yeah. I'll be right back.
Oh, I missed that. I'm a dum-dum. My
In
bad.
chat, yeah.
Sorry. Oh yes, that is a point. Did anyone level up actually? Well, because you could have leveled up if you had a...
Yes, I have experience so far.
Yeah, I should have leveled up too, actually.
Please,
I didn't get any
do.
experience from the last thing because I wasn't there, so.
What was it? It was 3 XP plus bond, if you had one. So it would have been
Did I
4
roll
in
it?
general.
No.
I would have said you would have gotten 4. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
3 is fine.
Okay. So Zevra's just gonna continue.
Oh, I
Let's
only get
see.
half. Okay.
I'm assuming you can open doors. Can you open those doors? Yeah, Zevra's just gonna wander around the the whole of the Adventurers Guild. Have fun. So I'm gonna sorry, Seth, I'm just gonna wait for Vanya to get back before you guys could go interrogate said prisoner. Unless maybe do you go wake up Rubedo in the meantime, because you kind of are outside the door, and I'm just imagining you're hearing Rubedo snoring and muttering in his sleep.
Yeah, I might
Tiamete
as well try
Onichan.
that.
Shrike struggles to open a door.
See, if only you were a thief.
Yeah, so
Okay.
I like grab Rubido by her legs and like shake her. Like, oh, wake up.
I tried to like kick. But it's not a very strong kick, honestly. So it's more like get away.
Me alone.
And it's like, and then it's like, I guess I ask like kind of reluctantly, what time is it?
Way past getting up time.
Here's the thing.
Is everyone up?
Yeah, everybody's up except you.
Wait, and I just like get up. Did I miss the meeting?
As she gets up, I'm like spinning around to look at the door.
Perfect.
What,
No,
did I?
we're about to have the meeting now, so get dressed.
Oh,
get
okay.
ready,
And
and
I
come
mean,
outside.
since I, and it's like, okay. Just give me like 5 minutes. And since I mean, Shrek
You're
is a
getting
guy, and I'm a guy, and I was like, I don't understand what this problem is. Just get up. and,
I'm
like,
not
get
listening at
dressed.
this moment. I'm just walking out, closing
Yeah.
the door behind me.
Yeah, thank you. Like, God, like other hair. You can hear me struggle with clothes and hair everywhere, and like, yeah. And you just hear me shouting, 5 minutes, just 5 minutes.
I'm just shaking my head outside the door.
Yeah, and I get myself ready.
Okay. And on that, I'm gonna call a break. Seeing as Vanya's not back yet as well. It makes sense. 15 minutes?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So now that I'm supposed to level up, basically I just have it's on some of these like the moves you can choose from. It says like something. It says like something, and then it says, and then like when I do this thing and I do this when I do this thing, like for example, I have a thing called Fountain Knowledge, and it's just like when you spout lore about something. When you spout lore about something, no one else has a clue about. Take +1. What is the +1? Where is that going? Is it just
When you
forward?
gain a level from which one are you looking at?
It doesn't really matter. Like
Fountain
some
Knowledge.
of these.
When you spout lore about
It
something
is
which
plus
no
one
else has
forward.
to about, yeah, take
Is it
+1
forward? So
Yeah.
whenever it says +1 forward, just like take +1. That's just automatically a plus forward.
Yes, correct.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I was
Thank
trying
you
to
very
figure out what you were looking at. Yeah. Oh, no spell.
New spell. What should I pick?
I don't know, whatever you like.
are you laughing at?
I'm allowed to snicker.
Oh, you're allowed to squeak.
Fuck off.
No. So people got new cards apparently.
Oh yeah, roll a 1d52.
Oh boy, you sure you want me to roll that?
Yeah.
What's this?
One.
Was it exclamation mark or was it slash?
/R.
Oh yeah, Dom, can you roll a 1d50?
Jeez, be right back.
No! No! No!
36.
Number 36. Have to scroll. Oh, that actually. This kind of. It's a little too accurate for what's happening, knickknacks.
Mm-hmm.
This is a little too accurate.
I love it. I love it.
Hi, Danya. We're taking a break until the hour.
So I've read.
I mean, knickknacks, I don't think they're gonna have any issues because I mean you've got Viv, but you know.
Yes, but just to have like,
Extra.
yeah,
I get that.
because I'm assuming it's not something you just get like on the street. Like, hey, I want some. Well, depending on which alley you're in,
True.
or which person you talk to. But
True.
ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
Okay, I'm gonna go get a drink. I'll be back. I need to stretch as well. Bye.
Why did you just roll?
Sorry, what did he say?
What was that roll?
You also need to roll that one, actually. It's another card. Well, random skill fact thing.
Okay. I'll wait to find out.
Yep.
Because I'm unsure. Damn, it's so cold.
Damn, Biek. Oh well.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Oh, don't. Roll me a D52. Pretty please. Oh. Oh, but actually feels very like Zevra.
Wow.
There you go. Excuse me.
Cool. Boring noise.
Mm. Clear.
Yeah.
Can I stay here for 2 seconds?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Hello.
Yo, did you see my message?
I was just looking at it now.
Yeah. So okay. So tell them about the human experimentation. Warrior of Tigers mentioned like something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Start off with, right? Then kind of hint at the festival that's going to take place for
Perfect.
the arrival, right?
Mm-hmm.
And mention that the Fey Queen might have created a bit of a situation here, a dangerous situation,
Ooh.
right?
Mhm.
Which would probably require all Fey are meant to attend the arrival by order of the Queen,
Mm.
which means that the cult is going to perhaps
Try
make
and
their
invade.
move, try and invade the Fey village, which I think
Perfect.
is the Fey Queen. And you can mention that we think that this is the Fey Queen's plan.
Mhm.
However, we're not sure, but it seems to be her way of guarding the Fey in some way or form.
Perfect. Because one other thing I was actually going to ask her, because Dom loves to explore stuff.
Mhm.
I was thinking on her way back, because I think she's going to go the long way around.
Yeah.
When she gets to the table of the scrolls, where Elisa's it's just going to be a bunch of junk and like help wanted posters.
Mhm.
But I was also thinking about leaving a coded message.
Mhm.
Do you know what the Caesar cipher is?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a pretty easy one.
Mhm.
I was thinking about just doing like a really simple note. So I wasn't really thinking around the lines of rats sneaking around, return to Valafor. But we could also do something along the lines of because of the Fae Festival.
Mhm.
You know, but I don't know what a good one would be.
I th- hmm. I think maybe the return to Valafor thing, because
Mhm.
the news of the festival only came now, so there wouldn't be any like hidden message yet
Yeah.
regarding that piece of information. So yeah,
Okay.
sorry, I'm just eating a donut. So
No, it's okay. Would they know about people sneaking around, or
who's they?
the cult? Would they know about people sneaking around and looking for them, or not? Like they broke
Not
into
at
the
this
warehouse.
moment.
Okay.
Yeah, they broke into a warehouse, but that was only last night.
Okay. Oh, or what about return to Valor for plan? The plan will still succeed, or will next step of the plan is
Our plan,
stage
something
two.
like this. Something like this.
Yeah.
I'll type it out for you. Let's see.
Okay. Cool. The plan is being brought forward. Recent news has forced to take action much sooner than respect to return to Valor 4 as soon as possible. Maybe something like that.
Mhm.
Okay, perfect. Now I just got to decode it. I'm gonna go say hi to people. I'm just gonna tell them I need a second.
Mhm.
Sorry, I just need one because I gotta send my mom something. Un momento, por favor.
See.
Um. Okay. Hey.
Hey.
Hi, Des. Is everyone back or no?
I believe so.
Oh, yay! Cool. Right, I'm just gonna do a little roll call. Knickknacks.
Hi.
Rag, give the dog a bone. Dominum.
Yeah.